We have a tremendous opportunity to speak life, speak Christ's love, speak redemption into the lives of student athletes. And that's not something you get to do everywhere. And so I count that a tremendous blessing to be able to share my faith and that vision of Christ's grace and love through athletics. We're all broken folks, and we have the privilege to take in 18, 19, 20, 21, 22-year-olds and to be part of the process of when God molds them into who they're going to be. Awards like that are a great honor, but and this sounds cliche, but it is so true. Without our student athletes, without our coaches, head coaches, assistant coaches, volunteers, GAs, sports information, athletic training, strength and conditioning. I'm afraid I'm going to leave somebody out, but without all those folks striving every day to reach a level of excellence in what we do, awards don't happen like that. And so that's one side of it. I think the other side of it is an administration at Southeastern, Dr. Ken Engel, Dr. Chris Owen, the leadership team, who has invested in a very high level in athletics. And I know I'm blessed in that regard. We're all blessed in that regard. There are a lot of really good athletic directors in this country who are at institutions who don't invest in athletics. Athletic directors who aren't allowed to go to convention because there's not enough money to do so. And therefore, they can't get involved in task forces and committees and the things that I've been blessed to be a part of.
Hugs and handshakes all around. The hard work paying off, a program that...
So when I look at our administration, I look at tremendous moments like the Baseball World Series championship in 2018. And, so much work goes into that. And two memories I have from that championship is one, we're in the 9th inning of the clinching game. I'm near the third base dugout in Lewiston, right by the bullpen there, and I'm just trying to soak it all in. Well, I look over at Kaner Colmenares, our third baseman, and he happened to look over at me. He winks and smiles, and almost like, hey, we got this. This is going to be great. 2 outs later, they're dogpiling on the field. Tremendous moment. But when Kaner looked at me and winked and smiled, I got emotional, because in that moment you realize so much work has gone into that moment. So much from the players to the coaching staff and recruiting to building culture on a team that allows that moment to happen. But it's also administration. So that same night, my second memory is that same night, after we're done taking a lot of the pictures, interviews are being done, I'm walking off shortstop towards the third base line, and my phone rings, and it's Dr. Owen, and he and I have been at this for almost 10 years together, working on athletics and trying to build champions. And he couldn't be there that night, unfortunately, because he was on a business trip for the university in Sweden. And and so I know that broke his heart that he couldn't be there, but he calls me. And as soon as I saw his name on the phone, I started to get emotional because of that moment. And I pick it up, I said, we did it. And he's just going nuts on the other side of the phone. And I became emotional in that moment. We did together, because in that moment, it's a culmination of so much work, and to have administration at Southeastern be that invested in what we do is just a tremendous blessing. And so I feel for athletic directors around the country who don't get the opportunity. Man, there are some good folks. They're really great athletic directors in our conference and in the NAIA that could just as easily win this award if they were at an institution who invested the way Southeastern invests in what we do here. So very honored, very blessed, but it's really about the whole department of the university. as far as my leadership of the coaching staff and the staff in general, I think, I think probably the biggest thing with my faith is just being upfront and honest with folks. I think just like with our student athletes, there's moments when you've got to have tough conversations. And I think God provides opportunities within those conversations for true growth. And that's not only in the staff, it's in me. Because sometimes you have those conversations or you're preparing those conversations for those conversations, and you're working through things in your own life and going, okay, how am I going to approach this? Is this the right way? Is this the right way in light of God's grace to me that I should be handling this situation? So it's tremendous to be able to take my faith to work and not have to check it at the door. I can operate in that every day, and that's pretty awesome. You're trying to bring out my geek side here, but gardening has always been a love of mine. I think I was probably 12 when I saw a patch of land outside my house as a kid and decided I was going to plant a garden there. So I had a garden pretty much every year since then. Took a few years break when I moved to Florida because it's just different here. It's different soil, different temperatures, and I'm not going to geek out totally on that. But I think another one would be in second grade, I just developed a love of birds. And so, I had a bird feeder up north. I had a bird feeder at my old house. Don't have one now. But I've just always loved birds and the beauty of them and all that. So that's my geek side coming out.